screen. And when I did see it for the first time on the big screen, I was blown away. I think these folks and everybody else that's worked on it has done a terrific job of telling the story. And I don't know what Jody thinks, but I lived it, so I should know a little something about it.
I think it's pretty remarkable that maybe 6 years ago, is that what it was? John probably gets a phone call from Danielle and asking about this, and I think we both look at each other and think it's not likely. But being the charming person that she is and the big-hearted person she is, and she won John over and consequently me. And I'm glad you had that foresight to do this. So much has changed over the last 6 years, but I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for the hard work and the heart that you've all put into this. It means a lot.
And, you know, I don't know if you noticed, it goes by pretty fast, but in a way Providence kind of smiled on us, but it's also kind of sad because there's so many people that appeared on that screen that are no longer with us. Starting with Jim Dickinson. Well, really starting with Chris Bell, but I mean, he wasn't with us for a long time when we started the picture. But I remember when Adam Hill and I finished, and this is a silly digression, but when Adam Hill and I finished the mastering and the remixes that we did for the Rhino 2-disc reissue of the Chris Bell I Am the Cosmos, which sounds great, by the way, even if I do say so. And I walked out of the studio on Friday afternoon, and I got a phone call very early in the morning on Saturday from Luther Dickinson telling me that Jim had passed away. And, you know, he was the first one, and then after that it was, you know, Alex and Andy, Carol, Steve Ray, who else? Well, Tommy Hoyt in the film, so it would have been. So, the point is, it couldn't be duplicated. So,
Drew, let me ask you, you recently showed the film in Memphis. Can you share what that was like?
Well, it was, I mean, we kind of, what we loved was kind of Memphis Bohemia. We discovered that there was a scene there, and all those people showed up, and we're laughing in places you wouldn't even know, and there was a lot of storytelling afterwards. It was just kind of a wild place, and a really fruitful time. And you know, Olivia and I were there 2 summers and just dug into that stuff, and that kind of changed the course of the film. I think it could have just been like a band chronology, but we just wanted that atmosphere, and I think that we didn't realize how much that atmosphere had affected that music. And I think that the doc started to become more of a pondering of like where music comes from, and you know, the various influences. And it was nice because we just kind of started hitting these tangents that seemed unwise at the time and started to work. And I'm really pleased that that worked out. And I had to ask a lot of other people, is this boring you, or do you get this? And I think we finally found that balance. So.
We need to wrap up here before we turn into a pumpkin.
Let me just say one more thing. Michael Taylor, I forgot Michael Taylor. And we also have Pete Tomlinson and Stephanie Chernikowski and Billy Altman who are in the film. So I just wanted to recognize everybody. Who else? Did I forget anyone? Okay.
We're so proud to be able to show the New York premiere of this film. Feel free to take your conversations out onto the street and into the night. But we got 5 more days of great documentary.